So let's summarize what we have done yesterday. What was yesterday's class about?
Sir, we did program on area and we wrote a HTML program also.
With JavaScript, isn't it?
Yeah, yes. With JavaScript.
Usha, did you get a chance to watch the video of yesterday's class?
No, sir. Actually, I'll go through today about it.
So please do go through that. It's important.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
But even from here, you'll be able to catch up. So,
sure, yeah.
So guys, let's go forward and understand the variables. All right.
Yes.
Suppose if you want to open all the JS files, you can say, one second, I haven't shared my screen. Suppose you are in your folder, now you want to open all the JS files, then you say code space star.js, that will open all the files in one shot. So in these examples, we saw that how to create a variable, like, radius is a variable, pi is a variable, area is a variable, right?
Yeah.
So in the interview, if they ask you, what is a variable, define variable, what would be your answer?
Something which is not consistent, the value varies.
Something which is not static. Consistent. Okay. Yeah, come again, sorry.
The value which is not static.
The value which is not static. All right. Okay. So before the value which is not static, we should be able to store a value, right?
Yeah.
So variables allow us to store the values. So we can call a variable as a container. A variable is a container which can be used to store a value. The value can change over a period of time. All right.
Yeah.
So in JavaScript, like I told you yesterday's class, we can create the variables without using any keyword, without using any declaration. We can do like this. And other way is either we can use let keyword or we can use var keyword to create a or declare a variable. All right.
Yes.
Let me create one file for you just to for this example. So if I say var a, I created a variable called a. Now I can go ahead and create multiple variables like this. Not only creating multiple variables in single line, I can also assign some value also. Right?
Yeah.
Say just a simple character. D equal to null. That's also a value in JavaScript. A null itself is a value. Console.log, I'll say A, B, C, D. So you use console.log earlier and you used to pass any one value. It may be a string or it may be one variable and so on. To console.log, you can always pass n number of arguments and it takes care of logging it to your console. So if I run this, I get the output like this. All right, guys?
Yeah.
Now, based on the value that we assign, variable becomes of that type. Say, for example, A becomes of type number, B becomes of type Boolean,
string.
C becomes of type character, and string, sorry. And D becomes of type null. Null is not only a value, it is also a type in JavaScript. So we're going to study about the data types in the coming lessons. But for now, just for the understanding, let's write a code to find the data type of a particular variable. For this, we can use a operator called type of. Type of A will give us what is the data type of A. If I run this, so data type of A is number. So in JavaScript, if you come from other language like C, C++, there will be a data type called int to represent integer number. and there will be data type called float or double to represent floating point numbers. In JavaScript, there's just only one data type called number to represent any sort of numbers. So var x equal to 0.123 and type of x will also be a number. Got it?
Yes.
Same way, if I type of b c would be string, d would be null. Let me run this. So type of b is boolean, type of c is string, and type of d is object. Okay. So null is it is actually have two meanings in JavaScript. Null itself is a type, and null is basically a subclass of object class. So it is also an object. So we'll learn more detail about it in the coming lessons. This is just an introduction to variables. So can you do this program in your laptop quickly?
Yes.
I'll also share this to your Telegram. Varsha, you are working in your laptop. Is all the setup and all is done?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you can share your screen then. I will send the program in Telegram. Please have the Telegram desktop app up and running in your laptop so that in situation like this, you can refer to the program to type it.
Yes.
Osha, share your screen. Let's see how is it going.
Shall I try the same one, sir?
Yeah, same program. Can you share your screen so that I can guide you? This is the first program I think you are writing, right?
Yes, sir. I shared already. It is not visible.
No. You have to go to share screen and select desktop one or screen one. Now it is coming up. Maybe there was a delay.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Can you have the program reference open in your Telegram? Telegram, yeah. I think you are not in the group yet, right?
Yes, sir.
The link, I sent you a link
Where?
in WhatsApp.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮ್ URL ಹೇಳಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್, ನಾನು ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ.
Okay, I'll ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ.
Okay, I think your WhatsApp is open. Just go there. ಆ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, JS December 20, that link.
Can we hide this somewhere?
Just go to the Telegram. It will ask you to open in Telegram desktop app. Join channel. That's it. Yeah, now you can see the program for your reference. Ashwini, you are doing it? Any help required?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
Got the output, sir.
All right. So guys, actually today now we are starting to learn programming. Till now it was only a preparation. So in any programming language, the first concept is always about variables. I think Varsha, you are from Python background.
Not really, sir. Even I don't know much about Python.
Okay. So any other programming languages you aware of before?
Long back, sir. In my college days, I just studied about C.
Okay.
So nothing
I
much.
assumed it. My guess was because you are not putting the semicolon, right? Typically, student from Python background will not put the semicolon.
Oh, okay. Shall I add it, sir?
No issue. You can. But most of the JavaScript developer just do put the semicolon.
Okay, okay.
Done, Arvind? Still doing?
Yes, just typing.
Okay.
Type of X. Okay.
Type of BCD.
You can also have the Telegram app in your phone. So when you're typing the program like this, you can actually see the program in your Telegram. So
Yes,
that is
sir.
the strategy behind this. So for the next class, you can have it arranged. All right.
Sure, 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 sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's type of. It's not just type space B.
Type of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Type of C and type of D, right? Type of
D.
Yeah.
Semicolon.
Save it.
Semicolon is optional in JavaScript. Replace.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Node space.
tested one.
So you already done previous programs as well.
I tried few, sir. Yesterday,
Okay.
Arvind was teaching me a little bit of whatever you
Okay.
have done.
All right. Perfect.
Yes, sir.
So I'll go ahead and share my screen. You all done?
Undefined. Yes, sir.
Undefined, if you are getting the output, that is because if you have some variable and is not initialized. Say, for example, let's say D, I didn't initialize. Now, undefined. So if you have a variable, if you create a variable and if it is not initialized, JavaScript will initialize with the value called undefined. And in fact, if you want, you can also initialize a variable with the value undefined. And undefined itself is a type actually. See, the type of D is undefined. And the value what we are printing is also, for this, it is undefined. Got it? So that comes to data types chapter. We'll study that. All right?
Yes, sir.
Sir, and what if for the integers, if we give string and all, then it throws an error or something?
Let's say you mean to say this one, right?
Yes, sir.
Like this if I do. Then what happens? It contains the value 1, 2, 3, but which is string. So type of A will be string.
String.
Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Type of A will become string in that case. Let's refer to the notes. So same as what I have just taught you. Declaring a variable in single line. Yes, we can do so like this. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Declaring a variable without keyword, that is also possible. We add this already in the previous classes.
Okay, sure, sir.
What you have to notice here is that scope of the variables declared without the var keyword becomes global irrespective of where it is declared. Global variables can be accessed from anywhere in the web page or in your JS program, and it is not recommended. So it is too early for you to understand what is the meaning of global. You will eventually understand that. So don't worry about this for now. Okay.
Sure.
Now, one important concept that you need to know: variables in JS are dynamically typed. So what do you mean by that? Say var x equal to, I'll say 1, 2, 3. Then console.log, I say type of x. Obviously, it will give the output as number. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, I'll initialize x with a string. Now, if I say console.log x, x becomes of type string. Now, in the line number 2, when you're checking its type, it is number. And then we initialize the same variable with a different value. So based on the value, its data type has changed to string. So this is because of JS is a dynamically typed language. JS is a dynamically typed language. What do you mean by dynamically typed? Based on the value that you assign, the variables becomes of that particular type. During the runtime, this happens. So the word dynamically typed. All right.
Yes.
Now, this is
Sir,
actually.
before I go further, I'm getting some errors. I don't know where
Please
it is.
share your screen, Arvind. Let me address it.
Yeah. So when I try to run this, it says console is undefined.
Place is required, console log after that. For all.
Okay, so this is one classic problem. I'll tell you what is it. So there's no problem with your program actually. All right.
Yeah.
So the problem is with what is happening is that you might have after the installation, you might have tried something else, and that lead to using the runtime that is developed by Microsoft.
Okay.
When you use Node, what is happening? That is now your driver has changed. The driver is now Microsoft JavaScript runtime. Okay, instead of the Node.js. So we'll fix that issue now. So if you come across a problem like this, what we can do, we have to make sure that we are still using the Node.js that we have installed. So go to your file explorer.
Yeah.
Go to C drive. Program files. Check anywhere Node is there. Just can you make it big? Node.js. So copy this part. Copied? Okay. Now go to start. Just press start and type environment.
Yeah.
Just press the start button.
Yes, sir.
And no, down below left corner.
No, sir. Actually, I have two screens, so it's coming on the other screen.
Environment variables. Okay, so here go to path environment variable down in system variables.
Yeah.
Now new.
Okay.
New. It's already there. See second one. Select that. Move it up.
Copy.
Just select that. Now you right side. You have a button. Move up.
Yeah.
Just move it completely up. Keep on. Keep pressing move up. All right. Now press OK.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And OK. Now close your CMD and reopen. The reason is because your previous CMD is opened with the previous environment variable values.
Okay. So
So
this
only
is
when
it,
yeah.
Sorry. I was saying, is it based on the priority then? Like
yes, it's based on the priority. Yes.
Sir, but if we specify the path in environment variable, it should take, no, sir?
It should take. But
Like
see, if
why?
you have, let's say, you have path 1, path 2, and now in path 1 you have node, assume like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So then what
Okay.
happens? That will get the priority.
Okay, okay. So twice if there is Node.js.
Yes, yes. So we are still having the problem. I think is the problem with our Node.js installation itself now. So what we need to do? We need to uninstall and reinstall it once. All right.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Which version of Node.js did you install?
I don't know.
I think 14.
Yes, sir. The router is the latest. Yeah, I think it's not taking any of that.
That's all right.
Do I need to go to
Just go to your Chrome browser. Now let that be there. We'll go for a, probably might have installed 14. Now we'll install 16. Just open the browser, search node download. Now here, one second. Download the 64-bit zip.
Yeah,
Below one. Yeah. Instead of installer, I'm just using this now. Okay. Now
Okay,
download it to some different path. Okay, fine. Software. Go there. Show in folder. No. You'll have to extract it. Show in folder.
Yeah. It's taking time. It's still
Your
downloading.
internet is super fast, man. 7 MB just downloaded, like, just like that.
Yeah, I got a 200 Mbps connection, sir. Why is it still downloading?
Okay. E drive. Go to E drive.
Download it, sir.
No. Let's not open that here. Just close this off. Just go to your E drive. Go to software. Software. That's where you download it. Right click on, where is that?
Down software are there.
No,
Not that one.
I think it's in that.
There is one more folder also in our software.
Yeah, 1 second. See.
Okay, right click on Node.js.
Yeah.
Extract here.
Yeah.
Copy this folder. Copy that folder. No, this folder, not the path. Folder itself.
Yeah.
Node.js. Yes. Copy that. Go to your D drive, or go to E drive itself.
Which one, sir? EC.
That's okay. You go to your E drive itself. E drive.
Yeah.
We'll paste it. So paste here.
Yeah.
If problem comes in while you are studying, this kind of problem comes, that means you are lucky. If no problem is coming, then we are not learning much.
Correct, sir.
True, sir.
Sir, this Node.js, it was already in E. Why again we copied the folder in E? I mean, it was not unzipped.
See, path will become too long wherever he is. Okay. So I just wanted the short. I'm just doing the right way of doing things. So just go inside that folder.
Yes.
Okay.
Now copy this path.
Yeah.
Okay, now put it to path environment variable like we have done earlier. Path. Below in system variables, just click there on the variables. There will be a variable called path.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah. Path. That one. Edit. New. Paste. Okay, move it up.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Apply and close. Okay. Okay. So that's all right. Okay. So close CMD and reopen and try now. Just type node space hyphen version. So now you can go to your program and run that.
Yes. Look at that.
Still
Maybe.
same error, right? You have that allowed JS, no? Namaste JS or
Yeah, I do.
just try executing that. Let's see. DAR.
Yeah.
Hello dot. Okay. Where is that? Execute that .js.
Node.
Which one do you want me to execute?
Just add .js.
Yeah, I think everyone's for all the same problem now. I think other thing we could do. I don't know.
No problem. We can. There's a solution for that. We'll fix that. You'll have to install that.
Yeah.
Hold on. Only in this folder you are getting that problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm. So should I copy this to that location?
No. Just go to that location in your directory. Okay, I got the solution. What is the problem? I understood. Okay, see here. He has a file called node. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So what is happening? It is executing that file. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So you rename that node to. Okay, fine. That's all right. Now run this again.
Oh, okay.
So if there is an executable in the current directory, that gets the priority than the path environment variable.
Path environment. Yeah. True. Yeah.
Got it? So that was the issue. So we learned that in JavaScript, variables are dynamically typed. JavaScript is a dynamically typed language. Okay. Can you do this program quickly?
Yeah.
Just 4 lines.
Sir, it's always better to create from command line itself, sir, the new file.
Yeah, that will give you control. No, like again, you have to go back to command line to execute it, right? Actually, there is a command line in your Visual Studio Code itself. So it was too early to talk about it. Since you asked, see, you can go to new terminal in your Visual Studio Code. Okay, and make sure that you are in the same path as your file. Say this is in JS December 20, right? So
yes, sir.
Now here itself I can execute. What is that? File name is test.js. I can do this one. Okay, but for me, I prefer is just tab away, right? Going to command line. So I prefer doing this way only. So this entire screen, I want only to see my programs.
Okay, sir.
All done?
Yes, sir.
Arvind, you're also done?
No, yes, I think I've done a mistake, so I'm just updating it.
Please complete, no problem.
So I've left a space within type of, so it's giving me error, so I'll change it. Yeah. Done.
Done? Ashwini, over?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. You're also done, Varsha, right?
Yes, sir.
So there's a lengthy version of the same program. Those who want better, more practice, those who want to spend time on more practicing, we can write this program. All right. And in the notes, only screenshots are given, not the program. So that students should not copy paste. Instead, they should type and execute. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm not asking you to do anything which I have not done. That means if I have not done this program, this screenshot wouldn't be here, isn't it? So let's have a summary. Variables store a single data value that can be changed later. Variables can be defined using where or let keyword. So there's something called hoisting that I'll be teaching you later. Variables defined without where keyword becomes global variables and not recommended. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
So yeah. So what's the difference between let and where's?
That's what. So the difference between let and where, for this, you have to understand a concept called hoisting that I'm going to teach you later. All right?
Sure.
So it's too early to talk about it because you'll not understand the essence of hoisting. So once you're familiar with more program, that would be more easy to understand. Variables must be initialized before using it. So if you don't initialize, it will be initialized with undefined. All right? Multiple variables can be defined in a single line using comma. We have done this example.
Yeah.
Variables in JavaScript are loosely typed. Another name for loosely typed is dynamically typed. Okay. It can store the value of any data type throughout its lifetime. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Suppose if you want JavaScript to behave like statically typed, then you will have to use something called TypeScript. There's another library from Microsoft. So we deal with that later. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah,
sir, like console.log, you told us like what exactly that instruction does. Log in the sense it asks the command prompt to type whatever is in that string. So
No,
here,
it will not ask the command prompt. It will write it to command prompt.
It will write it to the command prompt.
Yes.
That is console.log.
Log.
So here, what variable exactly does, sir? Like.
There's in this example, right? So what this variable does, you are asking, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So when we say var x equal to 1 to 3, what happens in the memory? So what variable we have? We have x. So
yes,
a memory for a variable called x gets created. Okay, some memory is allocated. So we'll indicate that like this. So where the memory is allocated? Of course, when the program is running, the memory is allocated in your RAM. Okay.
During runtime, sir.
During runtime. Only the memory is allocated only during the runtime, and when your program completes its execution, this memory will be deallocated by your operating system. I'll quickly share another link with you guys. All right, bear with me for 1 or 2 days for joining the meeting. This meeting will be over in a minute. All right, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So in this memory location 1, 2, 3, this value is stored. All right. So this is what is
Yes.
happening in the memory. When we say var x equal to 1, 2, 3, this is what happens inside of the memory. So this is like a container. In this container, you can store any value. It could be a number, it could be a string, it could be a Boolean value, etc. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So let's say if somebody asks you to write a program to add two numbers, obviously you need variables to store two values first, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
That's what variable does. So programming language like JavaScript or any other language will give us a facility to allocate the memory and store some value in that and use it in the expression later.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Like if we don't initialize, it is global, no, sir. So that time the memory,
Okay.
like how?
So if it is like this, right?
Hmm.
So now what happens? There's something called scope. So just to, this is too early to talk about it. Just to give an idea. Okay, let me share a link quickly with you. Okay, just please join immediately. All right.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.